Right guys, first question, pretty obvious. What do we think?
Nice, eh?
Looking good.
Yeah.
It goes with the tan, Kris. Obviously, Kris, we all want to know, what is it like pulling on that jersey, you know, the hoops? It's so iconic. What does it mean to you?
From a personal level, I think it's the best kit I've ever worn. Not particularly this one, but certainly just the Celtic strip. But I think all the Celtic strips I've worn, this is, you know, I think the nicest one. I do like it, real good. Love the socks, so ready for action.
Of course, the number 7 is pivotal to this actual top. Of course, Joe, question for you. See, when you first actually came to Celtic, did you have an idea of the history of the club?
Yeah, you know, obviously, when you're younger, you know quite a lot about Celtic because it's such a big club, and you know, from down south in Wales, you know, we knew straight away, you know, the history of the club, and is, you know, one of the main reasons why I joined.
This will be a really difficult question, but we're going to get it out of the way, and I think we all know the answer. A highlight of last season?
There's a lot of, you know, highlights. You know, it was a fantastic season last season, but you know, for me, I think beating, you know, Barcelona at home, you know, was probably the best highlight. But you know, there's a lot of highlights from last season, and it was a fantastic achievement and what we done.
There's so many people here today who've got great memories of that game. Joe, I mean, I'll try and tell you mine, but I don't want to go down that road. But what was your own personal, you know, thinking back on it? I can't believe that actually happened. Was it one of those moments?
Not really, because I thought the first game, when we played them away from home, we handled them pretty well and defended well. But you know, I think the fans helped us out in the second game and got behind us, and you know, that's what we needed. And you know, it was fantastic achievements what we done, and we played, you know, some good football at times and defended well, you know, as a team, and that's what you got to do against a team like Barcelona.
Adam, a question for you. Every player's different. Have you got a different highlight of the season?
Yeah, like Joe said, there were many highlights. I think winning the double was big for us, and obviously the whole Champions League experience, not just beating Barcelona, but qualifying from the groups and playing away like places like Juventus and Spartak Moscow and getting a result in Spartak Moscow. So like Joe said, there's loads of highlights. We can't just point that one out. Obviously it was a big win for us, but the whole season was a fantastic season for us.
Adam, you're one of the younger members of the team. How would you say you've actually developed since you came to Celtic as a player?
100%. I think I've become a better player. When I came here, I was an unknown, and I think the management staff have helped me grow as a player, and not just a player, a person as well. So it's a great club with great coaches, and I'm thankful that I'm here.
Do you want me to ask you to sing again, or are you done with that?
That's me done now.
Kris, I've actually got a question I've always wanted to ask you myself. That goal you scored against Spartak, what was that like for yourself? Because it was so nerve-wracking for all of us, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone seen the interview that I did after the game. I had no idea that goal obviously sent us into the last 16. You know, we seem to get a vibe from our own fans that, you know, Barcelona winning the game in the new camp. So for us, I thought the draw was enough. So me stepping up for the penalty, I just thought, you know, just nice and high, not quite that high, but nice and high. And you know, I've took penalties before and gone down the middle, and it saved the keeper saved it by his legs. So yeah, I just want to go high. Didn't even think of anything, you know, just of the consequences. But you know, ended up going down the tunnel on the stretcher 2 minutes later, and everyone came into the room and said, "We've done it. We're through to the last 16." But you know, in the new camp, Barcelona were drawing 0-0, which was a big shock.
Well, looking ahead, of course, to next season right now, but do games like that play in your mind when your preparations, Kris, your pre-season, you're back into training, you think, I want to have another game like that, I want to have another memory like that?
I think Champions League, yeah. I think once you've got a taste for that sort of football, the atmosphere, you know, I don't think any boy, you know, on that line when you're in the starting 11, listening to the music, listening to the roar of fans, you can't get that feeling anywhere else, no matter what, you know, Premier League, SPL, Cup games, there's no feeling like it. So that's what every player will be striving to do this year, to get back into the Champions League.
Well, asked just before as well, Kris, I mean, you said you wanted to come to Celtic, you wanted to play some of the best football of your career. Do you think that's actually happened since you've arrived?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think last year was a particular high for myself. You know, I played a lot of football, and you know, I think when you're part of a double winning team, and you know, with the success we have in European campaign, you know, it's hard to kind of top that. And you know, it's something that we'll be sitting down in the next couple of days, weeks or so, to try and emulate or try and go better. And you know, that's one thing that you get from Neil Lennon. You know, he'll be wanting to win the treble next year and hopefully get into the last 16 again.
Of course, this kit symbolises, again, looking to the future, looking to the new season. A number of young players in the Celtic team are coming through. Joe, if I can ask you this question, actually. We've got one young Australian player who is really impressed since he arrived at Celtic, Tom Rogic. What's been your impressions of him?
Yeah, he's a fantastic player. You know, hopefully this season he can get some more, you know, game time, and you know, he's done well since the end of the season with Australia, and you know, he's a fantastic achievement what he's done to get into the World Cup. So, you know, hopefully we can see him a bit more this season, and you know, we see him in training. You know, he's got a fantastic future ahead of him.
Excellent, Joe. Of course, we've got some questions from you guys here, some of the supporters who've turned up on the day. Thank you very much, of course, for joining us here in the Nike store in Glasgow. I've got one here from Jamie Bonner. Jamie, where are you? Jamie, how are you doing there? I'll ask you this question to you, Adam. I think it's a fair question to say, actually. Do you think Celtic are obviously targeting to replicate the last season's Champions League success? Is that the kind of forefront of the players' minds?
Yeah, I think that's the aim of this season. It's going to be hard to do. We've got 3 qualifiers, but we'll go into them fully confident we can get through the group stages. And like last year, you never know where it can take you. And our aim will be to hopefully emulate, if not go better than last season.
The next question is from Damien O'Hare. The answer can't be singing at the Player of the Year Awards, okay? But what's been your most frightening experience since coming to Celtic?
I probably would say that, yeah. But football-wise, it's a hard one really, because you just have to go out and enjoy it. So you don't really feel frightened when you go out and play on the pitch. Probably if you have a bad half and go in at half-time, then you'd be frightened with Neil Lennon coming at you. But no, I think I've enjoyed every minute that I've played, really, so I can't really answer that question.
Damien, where are you, just to say that? Thanks very much, Damien. Got a question here now. Joe, I'll ask you this one to you. This is from David Mealy and Chris Hampson. I've basically asked the same question. Guys, where are you? How you doing, guys? Thanks for coming along. Joe, what is the most important goal you've scored for the club?
I think home against Rangers when we won 1-0.
You've got to talk us through that goal.
Yeah, it just leaped up like a salmon back post and just put it in. I knew he said that.
It's a wonderful image for everyone to imagine. Have you got a favourite goal though, Joe, just to add on to that? I know that was a very important one for us. Would you say there's one that's a particular favourite? You have hit some howitzers this year.
I think, to be fair, that is my favourite goal. You know, since coming here and scored against them as well was a fantastic honour, and it'll stay with me for the rest of my life.
And our question for you, Joe. This one is from Mark Walker. Mark, where are you? How you doing, Mark? Again, thanks for coming along. We're not too sure if he's actually trained with us already, but what's been your impressions of Amido Baldi, and obviously the fact that the club have moved very quickly to bring in new players just right at the close season?
Yeah, I haven't seen him, at the moment, but what I've heard of him, looks like a big striker, and I think that's what we need at the club, and hopefully, he can hold the ball up and score a lot of goals for us, and we look forward to working with him, every single day, and looking forward to playing with him as well.
Fantastic. Another question here from Alec Rennie. Alec, where are you? Alec Kenny, that's bad handwriting, I do apologise for that. How you doing, Alec? Chris, we'll go this one to you, of course. This may seem like a very simple question, but we do have to ask it, of course. How important is it to retain the SPL title and continue to progress in Europe for Celtic? That one's to Alec there.
Yeah, obviously, working under Neil Lennon, he expects us to make improvements every year. He not let us stand still. I think that's one of the main reasons he's gone into the transfer market early doors to try and get, the players that is identified to make us better. And, I don't think there's any way if Neil Lennon's still in charge of us, that we're going to stand still. We're always looking to improve, and we'll have a meeting, like I said, in the next couple of weeks, and identify what we want to do, realistic targets, and I think the treble this year will be the target, and also Champions League football. And like Joe says, you just never know in Champions League football where it may take you. Get the luck of the draw, you may be looking at quarterfinals.
Alec, thanks very much. Now, of course, you three guys are the models, shall we say, for the new kit. Last season it was Georgios Samaras. Is his nose a wee bit out of joint? Because we've all seen the Head and Shoulders advert. You can tell he's a wee bit vain, I take it.
Yeah, he likes his shampoo.
So you can go back and explain to Georgios why he was dropped this year then. But ladies and gentlemen, I shouldn't say all the award winners who have won one of the new tops can just come over here once the question answer is over. And finally, can I just say another big round of applause for our Celtic stars. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.